Nikkei Forum has, over the years, become a guiding light of dialogue, vision, and resolve for Asia's future. I thank Mr. Hassan and CEO of Nikkei Incorporation for inviting me to speak at this prestigious forum. Standing here today brings back some special memories to me. 20 years back, in 2004, they honored me with the Asia Prize. That was an extraordinary, meaningful moment in my life. Since then, I have always felt a personal connection with Japan. Over the years, to Japan, many times. Almost every year, I visited Japan. I worked with Japanese universities, met young people all across the country, and shared my ideas and my hopes. I'm deeply moved by how warmly the people of Japan have embraced me and my ideas of social business and my career. Excellencies, as we gather here today to reflect on the theme, Asian Challenges in a Turbulent World, I must say that the world is getting increasingly turbulent. A time of great uncertainty. We are witnessing a world where peace is fragile. Tensions are growing, and cooperation is not always guaranteed. Conflicts are erupting in regions in Asia and beyond, with peace becoming elusive. Wars and man-made conflicts are destroying the lives and livelihood of thousands of Ukrainians and people in Gaza and in countries in South and Southeast Asia. In our neighboring country, Myanmar, civil war has taken a brutal turn, and the recent earthquake has pushed an already deep humanitarian crisis into a greater darkness. Very recently, our two neighbors have fought a short but very expensive war. Regrettably, we are spending billions of dollars in fighting wars, leaving millions of our people starving or struggling for basic needs. I thank the leaders of the two countries for agreeing to a ceasefire. And I hope for continued peace, stability, and coexistence in South Asia and beyond. Moreover, millions around the world are being displaced by climate change. Technological advances promise much, yet raise new ethical dilemmas. The rise of trade restrictions continue to challenge the very foundation of the free trade system. Economic inequalities are widening, often within societies as much as between them. Global trust is at risk. Trust is declining between nations, within societies, and even between citizens and institutions. In recent times, we witnessed such divisions, discontent, and instability in Bangladesh, Republic of Korea, that led to regime changes. In Bangladesh, we went through a transformational change by a massive uprising of students in the common people just a few months back. And consequently, my government came into the position to guide the country. We are working hard to fulfill the dreams and aspirations of our people, to ensure justice, equality, freedom, and dignity of people, and prepare for a free, fair, and credible election, aiming at a smooth transition to democracy. We believe this is a chance to correct the wrongs, build new institutions, and realize the dream of a fairer society. Despite multiple domestic challenges, Bangladesh is playing a role in contributing to global peace and security through participation in UN peacekeeping and peace-building missions, and hosting more than 1 million Rohingyas fleeing persecution in their homeland in Myanmar, purely on humanitarian ground. Asia, home to more than half of the humanity, sits at the epicenter of this uncertainty. It is also at the center of possibility at the same time. Challenges we face are formidable, and so is our collective strength. In this reality, I believe Asia has an opportunity, perhaps even responsibility, to show a different path. A path of peace, of dialogue, of inclusive growth. Not just growth in numbers, but growth in people's well-being, in trust, in hope. Distinguished guests, we are not powerless in the face of these challenges. In fact, we are at a turning point in history. The choices we make today will decide what kind of world we leave for our children and grandchildren. That is why we must come together, not just to discuss problems, but to shape solutions. Solutions that are inclusive, fair, and rooted in our shared humanity. I often have been saying, making money is happiness, but making all people happy is super happiness. We need to shift our focus from individual profits to collective well-being, from short-term gain to long-term vision. In my own country, from starting with Grameen Bank, with small loans given to poor women in the villages, to spreading social business ideas, social business ideas across the world, I have learned one thing very clearly. People are not born to suffer. People are born with unlimited potential. We just need to give them the right opportunities. That's where I come and present a simple idea of creating a world of 3 zeros. Zero poverty, zero unemployment, and zero net carbon emissions. This is not a dream. This is a direction. A goal we can all work together. Governments, businesses, universities, and individuals. To get there, we need a new kind of economy. One that is built not only on competition, but also on competition. Not just on consumption, but on care. This is where social business comes in. A business that solves problems, all problems, not just making profits for the persons. Ladies and gentlemen, as we look to the future, I believe Asian nations can work together even more closely to address shared challenges and unlock new opportunities for prosperity and better life. We need to build a clear path towards a shared future and shared prosperity. To this end, we have to work together. First, convert Asia's interdependence into cooperation. Asia's diversity of economies, cultures, and political systems is both a strength and is a test. Our fates are increasingly intertwined. A supply chain disruption in one country ripples across borders. Environmental degradation in one part of Asia affects rainfall patterns in another country. Political instability in one region impacts global energy and trade flows. Our job is to convert this interdependency into cooperation, not conflict. To invest in shared prosperity is not a zero-sum rival race. Second, forge robust economic and technical cooperation. Asia needs a stronger and sustainable way to finance its development. Regional development banks, financial institutions should take lead in funding our growing needs. Asia is still one of the least connected regions in terms of trade. This lack of integration holds back investment and business opportunities. We must act now to improve trade partnerships across the region. Asia should build a strong technology ecosystem, one that is inclusive, fair, and sustainable. Third, promote inclusion, empowerment, and sustainability. We must not forget the billions who still live on the margins, disconnected from the opportunities, vulnerable to shocks. My life's work has shown that poverty is not created by the poor. It is created by the system, by locking doors for the poor people. We must redesign that system. The world we inherited was built on assumptions of trickle-down economics, centralized control, and the policy of wealth maximization. We need to build a new architecture, one that promotes inclusion, empowerment, sustainability at every level. This is where Asia can lead. Fourth, transform lives through investment in people. Let us invest not just in infrastructure and industrialization, but in people, through education, health, social business, digital access, and so on. Let us embrace the idea that profit and purpose can coexist, and that social business can transform lives where traditional markets and governments fail. Fifth, pursue green transition. Asia is both a victim and contributor to climate change. Rising seas threaten Bangladesh and the Pacific Islands. Glaciers in Himalayas are melting, endangering fresh water for billions. We need an Asian green transition driven by youth. Let us support renewable energy cooperatives, climate-smart agriculture, circular economies. Let us create platforms that allow grassroots innovators to scale across the borders. Sixth, tap the potential of youth to shift from job seekers to job creators. Half of Asia should who are Asia's greatest strength. Their creativity and energy should be at the center of our efforts. Our youth are ready, but they need the tools, trust, and freedom to shape our own futures. Social business digital platforms, and microfinance can unleash a new wave of grassroots-led innovation. I always encourage young people, do not wait to find a job. Create one. Be an entrepreneur. You have all the strength, all the possibilities of being a successful entrepreneur. Every human being is born as an entrepreneur, not as a job seeker. Do not just seek a paycheck. Build something that solves a problem. Be a job creator and be a social business creator. Finally, in a turbulent world, people's empowerment and grassroots leadership matters more than ever. Asia must offer not just economic strength, one that champions peace over power, cooperation over competition, sustainability over short-term gains. We must move from wealth concentration to wealth sharing, from capitalism for profit to a capitalism with purpose, or may even renamed as an economy for the people. It's not capitalism. In my country, Bangladesh, we have seen how social businesses have lifted millions. Let that be a lesson. When people are given dignity, trust, and a chance, they rise, they become free. Not just as workers, but as creators, as change makers. Platform of hope, Nikkei has created space for where dialogue leads solutions, and where trust is not just a word, but a goal we work together. The future of Asia is not just about economics or geopolitics. It's about people. It's about ideas. It's about the young people hoping to create a new world, completely different from the world we have already in. And it's about courage and creativity. Let us not be daunted by the turbulence around us. Let us see this as a call to rethink, to rebuild, and to rise together. Let us be guided not by fear, but by possibilities. Not by power, but purpose. Let us have the courage to imagine a better world. Let us trust one another. Let us cooperate, not because we have to, but because we want to. The future of Asia is not written yet. Let us write it together. A different future. Bangladesh and Japan can work together in rewriting Asia's destiny, even world's destiny. Thank you very much.